Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakha, Chodash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone, and shalom to sincere Ak. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, shalom. First of all, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who were well in peace and salutation, all sincere Achim. Lifting up the name of Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai. And of course, edifying the flock, all right, the lost sheep of the house of Israel, which the Israelites consist of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Of course, we have the confusion of faith. Those who, of course, may look like the heathen, where they've been scattered too, but their line go back to the 12 tribes of Israel, one of the 12 sons of Jacob, all right, whose name was later changed to Israel. All right. Of course, we want to give double shalom to the sincere Achim that are fighting diligently in these times and making their call and election sure. All right, I'm the brother Mappa, and this is
the brother Yeshaya.
We're from Great Millstone Plain Tables Camp, located here, Great Babylon, in the city of Philadelphia, which Babylon is America. All right, and as you can see right here before you, we have a wee article, which the title reads: Supreme Court rules in favor of Trump's transgender military ban. So you have it here that the highest court of the land, being the U.S. Supreme Court, they have ruled that the President Trump ban on transgender people in the military, all right, can go ahead, meaning that they have ceased it. All right, so they suspended, obviously allowing transgenders to be within the ranks of the U.S. military. Okay, so we're just gonna go into it, which you can start where it says the justice voted.
Okay. It says the justices voted 5-4 in favor of the ban, with 4 of the court's more liberal justices, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Stephen Breyer, Sonia Sotomayor, and Elena Kagan, dissenting. It says Trump's legal struggle to bar transgender people from military service began in 2017 when he announced via Twitter that the country would no longer accept or allow transgender people to serve, citing tremendous medical costs and disruption. It says the ban was placed into effect in March with the blessing of the Defense Secretary James Mattis, who wrote in a memo to the president that there are substantial risks associated with allowing the accession and retention of individuals with a history or diagnosis of gender dysphoria.
Right. So click on the gender dysphoria term highlighted and see, of course, what that goes into. Maybe just some confusion that happens with a person having that confusion whether what gender they actually are. All right, Slock, yeah. One moment. So for dysphoria, all right, we'll just break it down right now as it loads up. The state of unease, generalized or satisfaction with life. So you're gonna have it where a person they having where it's hard to bear their actual assigned gender, which the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai gave them. All right, so that obviously that brings confusion. I'm not sure if the U.S. military allows them, they pay for these different operations, transitioning to whatever gender they want to be. But, that's, another lesson for another time. I have to go into the research. But go to right now quickly to Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter, quickly.
Okay.
26.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 26. It says, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls, changing of kind, disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanness.
Right. Point being that changing of kind. All right. And, when you change your kind, all right, what you have it where you mutilate yourself, you go and take various forms of medicine, all right, to, like hormone replacement therapy, all right, to, you have it where certain people need testosterone, women, they'll take testosterone. They also would get their breasts removed, okay? You have it where men, they would chop off their penis, all right? And they would, of course, go and into the whole form with the cosmetic surgery of making a vagina, okay, of what they already originally had was a penis, all right? And that's, of course, confusion, all right? Why would you want that to be within, all right, life, okay? That's that, where you don't know if the person next to you is a man or a woman, okay? The Lord set up an order where, if you were born a man, you're a man. If you're a woman, you're a woman, okay? Anything else is confusion, all right? And that's changing of kind, all right? The Lord,
Salah, if I can say this real quick, a lot of these people, they have hormonal imbalances. That's why you see a lot of women with beards or mustaches, and you see a lot of men with maybe high-pitched voices and just very feminine in general. So with the way this system is set up is just trying to reverse the roles and just to throw everything out of whack, everything out of balance. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. You can continue forth, and I'm going to find another precept. I got one, too.
On 26?
That's it on that one.
Want to get the next precept?
Yeah.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. It says, the women shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto Yahweh thy power. So what you see, like a lot of those, even those people that are in the military, maybe they may not have the full transition into a woman, or maybe even didn't even begin it, but they're just dressing up as a woman. The scripture is telling you here that's abomination. A man's not supposed to put on female garments, or a woman's not supposed to put on man's garments, because that's an abomination. Yeah.
You have it there, you have it where, you could go into this, there's a documentary that goes into this, what's it called? I believe it's called Trans-Military or something like that. And where it highlights, certain, transsexuals, all right, they were in the military, and, they're going into their whole struggle, all right, which obviously they have a struggle between being accepted within the military and, the whole legal battle, all right, and you have it now where it's, it's finally banned, okay, where, they have it where it's, part of it, some of them had to take, they go into like a honorable discharge, all right, or a dishonorable discharge, but it's a whole nother thing. I have to go into it and read more into it. But quickly go to Isaiah 29 and 16 if you have it. Isaiah 29 and 16.
This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 16. It says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
Yeah, that's that's quick and to the point. All right, it says that for shall the work say of him that made it, all right, being that you are a creation of the Most High, all right, it says, "He made me not, or shall the thing that framed it say that our frame say of him that framed it?" You know, meaning like you saying to the Most High. All right, and it says he had no understanding. All right, and that's ridiculous. You know, because you can't. You know, why would you question the Most High? You know, the Most High made you what you are. All right, there's no confusion on that. Okay, ain't no waking up and all right, now I'm Billy, and then the next day I'm Sheila. You know.
That's like, if I could say this, that's like if you're an artist and you create a certain work and you made it how you wanted it to be, and somebody's coming out of nowhere, well, why'd you make it like this? Why didn't you do it like this? That's very insulting. Yeah. So these people are an insult to the Most High.
Okay. That's right. Go to Romans 1, and I think it's around, yeah.
This is Romans chapter 1 verse 26.
Start yeah, you can start at 26.
It says
R.
I think probably start
26 the point, but you can start at 24. Sorry.
This is Romans chapter 1 verse 24. It says, "Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts."
Yeah, so the Lord actually gave you up. All right, you know, these so-called transsexuals, homosexuals. All right, all of those that's within this whole LBG, you know, lesbian, gay, bisexual, queer community. All right, the Lord actually made you this way. All right.
It says, "To dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worshiped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen." Verse 26, it says, For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Yeah, and that, you know, that goes into, obviously, you know, women changing, all right, going against the actual natural order, all right, where you have it where women are now being lesbians. They actually getting with other women, all right, and having sexual, of course, acts, performing them on each other instead of doing what's natural, being penetrated by a man, okay? And at that, being a man of their husband, okay? Not just going off and, you know, being promiscuous, all right? I want to go into the word for vile, all right? So you have it here, the word for vile, which in the Greek you have it here, ateme, or etima, and it means dishonor, a disgrace, all right, a reproach is vile, okay? You know, so it's not, you know, good to be going into, you know, being a lesbian or homosexual. Thus saith the Bible, okay? This isn't our opinion. We only speaking what the Bible speaks. And, you know, we, the prophets, are the mouthpiece of the Heavenly Father, all right?
Okay.
That's it on that?
I think there was one more verse.
All right.
Verse 27, it says, "And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and in receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet."
Yeah, that's right. You know, they going after lust, which, you know, you dealing with this lust, all right? You going into, when you go into the lust, they going into a actual forbidding, all right, thing, okay, a forbidden desire, all right. They're going after their own appetite, which is, as it's written here, corrupt and unlawful desire. It goes from here, from the Greek orikesis. Let me see if I can go into it.
Strong's G 3715. Orikesis.
Yeah, you know, and that's a eager desire, lust, an appetite. You know, and that's a wicked, all right, corrupt, unlawful desire. You know, that you're going after when you're, you know, being a transsexual. Okay, because it's all confusion. You know, you have it where some guy, you know, he may see you, you know, you appearing to be a woman, but you were really born a man. That's confusion, absolutely. You know, because then you're gonna lead towards you know, having sex. You know, you're of course being wicked, hiding who you actually are. You know, a lot of these transsexuals, they hide it till, you know, the point of intimacy, and then they're like turn out the lights and then saying about somebody got a secret, and it's what. And a lot of time is after the fact they actually do sex, perform sexual acts, so they may do some oral sex, because they may not have their privy parts, changed yet, and then the man, of course, he done committed some form of sodomy, all right, which you could get the law on that. I think it's 20 and 13, if I'm not mistaken.
This is Leviticus chapter 20 verse 13. It says, if a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. With a lot of these transgenders, they're just sick individuals, They're most of them are just really homosexuals. They'll turn themselves into a woman and still sleep with men, but we're born a man, so you're just causing all kind of confusion. They're trying to, I don't know if they're trying to make sense, because now that they're a woman, they're sleeping with a man, like that. Now they're straight, like no, it's just complete perverseness.
Yeah, it's wicked, man. It's straight wicked, man. Like you try to even just think of it, it's just like man, I can't, because it's obviously against the natural order, and of course us being within our right mind. We, of course, are angry at this. Of course, more so to give you a better word term, it vexes us. All right, it causes a vexation of spirit. Okay. Go to 19, Isaiah.
This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 16.
Yeah.
Verse 16. You want me to read 14?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 19 and 14. It says, Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. Right. And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Yeah, the Lord, of course, he mingled that. You have it, Yahweh Shemel Shai has within, all right, Egypt. Because you have to understand, Yahweh, he controls both left and right, okay? He controls the spiritual demon Satan, all right? And he'll control all the righteous angels as well. All right. So the Lord actually put, all right, where you have it, a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. All right. And caused Egypt, which is America, all right, to err. And you have to understand that America, all right, is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Okay. Why? Because, they, of course, embrace, all right, all of those old Babylonian, Egyptian, all right, gods. Okay. Customs, okay, within their society. Of course, also you have it where they actually uplift homosexuality. All right, and them Hamites, they're into that homosexuality. Okay, you can go to the word for perverse. So for the word for perverse, you got awayim, right? Which
it says distorting, perverting, warping.
Yeah, so these damn devils are distorting, obviously, things that are true, okay? Which you have it where they actually put law into law. You can marry a man can marry a man, a woman can marry a woman, all right? That's in law. And they even had it like here, where in the military, you had transgenders serving in the military, and that's crazy, Woman is a weaker vessel, all right? And you have it where a woman who's born a woman is now being a man, all right? You, like I said, go into that documentary, military, and you have it vice versa, too. And it's like, it's just a bare confusion, And that of course, if that's not put out, that evil's not put out, that actually is promoted, that's going to make more people more wicked, all right? They're going to accept that, spirits hopping on them. They may want to end up just jumping and, how these freaks think these days. They want to try out new things and all of that, So, it's new thoughts and stuff, these damn devils, but ain't nothing new under the sun. These damn old spirits, they were homosexual back in the ancient world, back in Greece and Rome, all right? Doing orgies and all this other stuff with trannies and all of that, You know, you have it where most of our the people within the industry, Hollywood, they are homosexuals. You know, you have it where they have it where some of them appearing to act like as if they are a certain sex they actually were otherwise. You know, and that's a whole nother thing, and to go into. But that's it.
This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 16. It says, "In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it."
Yeah. So you have it in that day, and that day is talking about right now. All right, you have it here in America, and obviously since it was spread across the world, you have it where these men are actually being women. All right, they're acting effeminate. Okay, they're wearing women's garments. Okay, they're even going about and like I said, they're being transsexuals. Okay, they're doing any and everything. Okay, that they ain't supposed to do. Thus said the Bible. Okay, reading back onto the last letter in
16.
Yeah, right there. And it shall be.
And it says, "And it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, which shaketh over it."
That's you gonna have it where Yahweh Shem Shai bringing forth that judgment. Ultimately, them nuclear missiles. All right, that's part of the Lord's of hosts. Yahweh of hosts. The missiles are part of that, which is gonna cleanse this place of all of this wickedness. All right, you can go to the article again.
Where?
You start wherever you left off.
Not sure where I left off. It says,
right there.
Allowing transgender. It says, allowing transgender troops to serve, Mattis argued, would affect the military's combat readiness and lethality, and should be banned in all but the most exceptional circumstances.
Right. And going to that term for lethal, obviously I know that you talking about literally being fatal, capacity to cause death or mawath or serious harm. All right, where you have it where you got a transsexual, all right, on the damn battlefield. He
having all types of hormonal imbalances, just emotions springing up, just all confusion.
Yeah, he's supposed to act and react in a way of a man would have to act, or a woman ain't supposed to be on no battlefield. So I ain't gonna say that a woman supposed to act. Woman supposed to be feminine.
If I can say this, on a battlefield, you're supposed to basically suppress your emotions to be able to do all that kind of killing. But if you're taking all types of pills, estrogen pills or whatever, your emotions are gonna be out of whack. You're gonna be all over the place. You might start crying.
Yep, yeah. Hey, you start seeing some death. You start acting, having outbursts of some post-traumatic stress syndrome and shit. And then obviously that leads to what? You making a bad decision, getting your whole company destroyed, your whole battalion destroyed, whole squad destroyed. All right, that's a weak military. Okay, and I mean the U.S. American military is a very weak military anyway. All right, they of course lessen their standards in whom they accepted, as you can see with this. It shouldn't even be in a fucking idea to even allow this to be, but excuse my French for using so-called rude speech, but it is what it is. All right, they of course lowered the standards of how allowing they got it where people that are less physically able, all right, they're not even in that much shape, they're in the military. All right, these people are gonna get killed, all right, in this World War III.
Says, and should be banned in all but the most exceptional circumstances. Says, while Trump initially proposed a blanket ban, Mattis' recommendations only barred transgender individuals with a history of gender dysphoria, considered by the World Health Organization to be a mental illness until June 2018, and plans to transition. Says, nevertheless, several federal courts placed injunctions on Trump's ban, which were lifted by Tuesday's Supreme Court decision. However, the Supreme Court will not conduct a full review of the policy until the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, which originally blocked the ban, has issued a ruling on it. It says transgender Americans had been barred from military service since the early 1960s until the Obama administration lifted the ban in 2016. Isaiah chapter 3 verse 9, it says, the show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
Yeah, so you have it where these homosexuals, all right, obviously you can clearly see it in their countenance or their, their visage, all right, or I mean, you could check in the Hebrew if it's punya, all right. Yeah, punya, punya, or punyum, they got it here, all right. You can see in their face, that they are homosexuals or transgender, whatever it may be, all right. Because there's a bunch of confusion, but obviously it's just everything that's not what it's supposed to be, all right. It put a witness against them, all right. That's why you see that little sweet look in a dude face when you walking down the street, or you see it where these chicks, they got that whole that whole dykey look and stuff, butch look and stuff. You can have it where the chick can try to be even seemingly feminine, but like she done butchered off her hair and all of that, which is her hair supposed to be her glory, and that's a shame when she cuts it off. All right, but that declares, as it say, a sin of Sodom. All right, and they don't hide it. All right, because they're very flamboyant to it. It says it's destruction unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 5. It says, the earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. So through this society, through this system, they've transgressed every law that the Most High has set up. What's a law that the Most High has set up? That women basically can't serve in the military. That's not, an acceptable, an acceptable way of having a military. They've transgressed the laws by
Whoa, wait, I don't know if you said, did you say women can't or can?
I said can't.
Oh, can't. Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
women ain't supposed to serve in the military. They supposed to stay at home and shit. You have it where these women, they want to now serve in the military. Because you have it where these women, they want to be equal unto men. All right? It's like it.
And also men changing themselves into women changing themselves into men, all types of confusion, just throwing off the whole, balance of what the Most High has set up.
Yeah, you have it where, whereas they have now a woman, she's a woman, but now she done changed herself into a man. Now she can get in the military, right? But she's considered a man,
Trying to get in through the back door.
Yeah, that's crazy. They changed every word, and they don't go by the law, statutes, commandments. They broken every everlasting covenant. All right.
Basically, do as thou wilt. Whatever you want to do, you can do it.
And this is because of the Edomites. All right, because the earth is given on the hand of the wicked. That's why the earth is defiled under the habits thereof.
Like it says in Malachi, the first chapter, it says they're going to be called the border of wickedness. So wherever these people dwell, there's just going to be all out chaos, all manner of confusion, all manner of wickedness. That's it. Yep. This is Isaiah 5 verse 20. It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. So even as you see it now today with these transgenders, these homosexuals, these sodomites, people will say that they're good. Them coming out of the closet is being considered as, oh, you're so brave for coming out of the closet, and if you speak out against it, you're the bad guy. So evil has been set up as good, and good has been set up as evil. I think this was the last one. This is basic. I think I'm gonna start at this is Isaiah chapter 14 verse 16. It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Yeah, so the world is looking at the America, Babylon's army, and they're saying, is this the man that made the earth tremble? Because they're seeing all manner of nonsense. They're seeing women in the military. They're seeing transgenders in the military, and they're seeing how weak this military is. They're saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
You go into this, this goes into like the whole Lucifer. They're being a so-called white man. All right, because when you go into it, it says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? And how art thou cut to the ground, which didst weakest the nation?" This the so-called white man that done this. All right, the word Lucifer going to light bearer. All right, and these illuminated, these damn elites, they consider themselves the ones that bear the light, to be the illuminated ones that have all the knowledge here in this society and such. All right.
Kind of says, verse 17, it says, "That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners."
Yep. That's it.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah, so we went in. So-called white man's being brought down low. All of this wickedness being put out. America's military is gonna get destroyed in World War III. Regardless if they add transgenders or not. So we just look forward to the destruction of this place. We can consider keep on staying up in prophecy. All right. Obviously, considering the wickedness of the so-called white man continually being revealed. All right. Hopefully, you're edified. We want to say all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rahah, Kodash.
And double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone Ruwell. Shalom.
Shalom.